Senator Harris, my question is, what long-term enhancements will the Biden-Harris administration implement to support the COVID-19 CARES Act to address the long-term economic impact on the Black community, such as job loss?
Senator Harris.
Thank you, Skylar, Miss Tuskegee. It's wonderful to see you. You know, this is the thing I love about our HBCUs. You can be Miss Tuskegee and you are also invested in your education. You will be a leader in every way possible. I always try to explain to people, when you attend an HBCU, there is nothing you can't do. And there are no false choices about what you choose to do, whether it's being in student government, being the homecoming queen, being the football star, being the head of the economic society. We can do all those things when we're at an HBCU. And that's part of, I think, what makes our education and that part of our learning process so important. So thank you, Skylar. One of the things that we will do is create basically 5 million manufacturing and innovation jobs. Part of the issue, again, that we are facing is that we have seen an erosion in our country over the issue of what we need to do around domestic manufacturing, and also an investment in innovation and research and development. And so a big part of our plan is to invest in that, and of course that will be about creating jobs. We also have an intention to make sure that, as I mentioned earlier, that we have $100 billion in low-interest loans for businesses in Black and brown communities. And that's going to include technical assistance for small businesses and minority businesses. And so that's some of the stuff we're doing, in addition to a $2 trillion plan to build sustainable infrastructure and a clean energy economy. That will create millions of jobs. And that is about what we need to do around solar paneling and wind turbines, but also thinking about all of the engineering jobs, all of the jobs that require a mathematician, all of the jobs that require a background in science to actually get to a point that we have a clean energy economy. In addition, it's about basic infrastructure, and that's about roads and bridges and investment in that. We have that plan, but also about broadband. You know, I think that to your point about COVID, so many of our communities do not have access to broadband. And so when we're talking about small businesses who are in those communities, they can't really do much transaction because they can't take online orders, right? The things that might sustain businesses through this pandemic. Our children, our youth, our college students who don't have access to broadband and who are supposed to be learning from home. I've heard so many stories about, you know, folks driving up to the parking lot next to the library or the fast food restaurant to get access to the Wi-Fi connection there to be able to do their work. Let's look at broadband in the issue also, and this is something Joe and I care about in terms of not only access to broadband, but access to the technology that is necessary to use broadband, right? And you know, I'm thinking about the children in particular, who are right now supposed to be educated at home while the schools are closed. But if the family if they have more than one child and not more than one laptop, if they have a laptop at all, what that means in terms of the deficit that our children are going to go into life with, which has nothing to do with their capacity and their brilliance. So these are big issues, and Joe and I care deeply about the investment in broadband as an infrastructure issue in addition to everything else. And then it's about an investment in jobs in industries like the auto industry, and also building back up not only what we need to do around the auto industry, but in particular, making us a world leader in the electric car market. So this is some of the work we plan on doing.